Dune Analytics is the best research tool if you want to actually take things seriously and see what is going on every single blockchain and application. I've got 9 more like that, which I'll go through in this video, so timestamps for all of them are down in the description below. Also, some tutorials for a lot of these resources I'll put down there as well for you. If you go on Dune Analytics though, this gives you real data from the blockchain, and this is a free and open source project, and so people create dashboards for free that you can have a look at. So what I'm going to do now is just go and click on Optimism. This is a new network, and with new networks you want to see, hey, is anyone using these things? What is going on? So you can see all of these different dashboards that people have created for other people to see. What we're going to do now is go on to something like Optimism Overview. And now you can see all of the real data from the blockchain put together in a dashboard for you. So you can see the total number of transactions per day and the change over time. The amount of unique users is exploding. And then you can even see all of the most popular applications within that network. So Velodrome and Uniswap and Aave are very, very popular on this network. Do that for any blockchain and any application. And you can see exactly where the users and the transactions are and all the fees. Because if you're investing in something, you want to know, is this thing growing? And you can see it right on Dune Analytics for every blockchain and every protocol. Binance is an amazing resource for trading and trading information. So you can go onto the professional charts, go over to indicators, and there's literally a list of all the indicators that anyone would use. You can also just see the price history of everything over time and the volume data, which you can see just down here. So obviously the more volume that's traded in a crypto, potentially there's more interest in it. I'll leave a link to Binance in the description. They can give a $600 deposit bonus. So if you click that link, go through, make a deposit, they can give you up to $600 in your accounts, which is obviously a great bonus. Cryptofees is one of the simplest and most effective resources that I use. It tells you which protocols are actually earning fees right now. So maybe you want to make your investment decision on protocols that are actually profitable and make money, because if a protocol makes money, then it's got a better chance of obviously having value in the token and potentially passing some of that value back to investors over time. Now you can just see every single protocol and what they make. You can also expand right here and see all of the different versions. So Aave has a lot of different versions and networks that's used. So you can see which networks actually make the most money and are the most popular. Then you've got some really simple data here as well in terms of the market cap, which is the total valuation of the protocol, and how much the market cap is in comparison to the sales that it makes. Really good fundamental data in a very easy to understand way. If you want to get a little bit more in depth into your research, then Token Terminal is absolutely amazing as a resource, and this is free as well. I use this all the time. This takes things a little bit further and gives you a real breakdown of all of the different ways that each protocol makes money. You can compare them here. You can see Ethereum's miles out in the lead. On the right hand side, you can see all of the top dApps by how much money they make and compare them, but you can drill right down into each protocol as well. So let's click on PancakeSwap right here, which is a decentralized exchange. Really simple business model. You charge users a fee for trading, and then investors in the token can get some of that fee back. But also people that provide liquidity onto the DEX can actually earn some fees as well. So what you can do on Token Terminal is actually see the total revenue, as you can see here, which is all of the money the protocol makes. But then you can also see supply side revenue. That's people that are actually putting their coins onto the DEX and providing a service. So supply side gets a chunk of the revenue, but not all of it. Some is actually passed back to investors and token holders as well. So you can drill down into how each protocol actually makes money and how much they return to their investors. Coinmarketcap is next, and I use this very specifically for seeing which token trades where. There's a lot of things you can do on market cap. I think it's a very good thing to look at for beginners. There's not really any specific data that's truly groundbreaking in terms of what it gives you though. But what I do is come and see smaller altcoins. So I'll click on Uniswap for an example, and I can get some good info here. For example, what's the contract? So when you're using wallets and you're buying and selling and trading, you might need to look up the contract names. This is right here, and it's a trusted source for me. So I know that this is the right contract if I want to go ahead and trade that token. This is really important for smaller altcoins, where you want to be really sure that you're trading the right thing. If you go on more, you can see which applications at which blockchains actually support this token. And then something else really important as well is if you go down to markets, you can see all of the different exchanges that actually support trading of Uniswap. So you can make, a call on whether you actually want to buy the token or not and where to buy it from. This is really good for much smaller altcoins where you might have one or two different places and you're like, I can't find how to trade it. You're going to find it on Coinmarketcap. Next is Tradingview, which is like the gold standard in charting software. You can see indicators. There's different parts of the application where people put some research and everything like that. Really great, definitely recommended to use because it is mostly free. I think there is a pro version. I'll leave it all linked in the description in terms of all the details for all of these apps, but you can see everything here, price data across all markets and crypto, volume, all of the indicators and other people's research as well. So it's a great resource. Next is Twitter, and you might say, what is on Twitter that's actually useful? Well, a lot. I do a ton of research on Twitter because what you really have to do is not follow those crazy accounts, but follow the specific accounts of the projects that you actually want to get invested in. So for example, Matic, I've learned so much about Matic, not just from the Matic account, but from some other accounts that are basically dedicated to Matic and all of the advances that are going on. What I like to do as well is look at which accounts that the projects are following. So if you go to following here and scroll down a lot of other people that they're following, you'll notice other projects that are working with Polygon, smaller projects, gaming projects, things like that. Some of these things are much smaller and don't have as much hype or eyeballs on them, and there's where a lot of opportunities are. You can also see other important people. So what I want to do is follow the people that actually are running the development of the Polygon blockchain. What are they saying? What are the pain points for them? What are they working on? When are the launches happening? All of that is trading and investment data, and I want to get that right from the horse's mouth. And the absolute best way to do that is definitely Twitter. You can see all of the different Polygon accounts, people that are really important, like Stanley from Aave. Really important people you need to follow because they're right, on the button and they're actually inventing these things. So you definitely want to follow them. Next up is two different services, but they do the same thing, Glassnode and CryptoQuant. These give amazing on-chain data, mostly for Bitcoin, and now these days Ethereum as well. I'm sure they'll add many more blockchains over time, but you can get a lot of fundamental on-chain data here. And this is great for seeing how the market is moving and how trading and investment is going over time. This is much more longer term rather than trading data, but you can see all of the different flows, right? So exchange flows, how many people are putting Bitcoin onto or off of exchanges, how many people are trading it. In terms of miners as well, like are miners putting coins onto exchanges to sell them, which might not be good for the price, or are they taking them off? You can see this data over time, really great on CryptoQuant, and Glassnode is a similar thing with all of the different data on the left-hand side. They do have some of the best data, which is paid, but a lot of it is free, and you can see kind of the basics for free as well. I actually go over kind of how to read on-chain data in the crypto course. Again, I'll leave that linked in the description if you want to know what on-chain data is important to look at, how to look at it, and kind of how to read it over time. I actually have a section in the course called On-Chain, and it goes over what the kind of top things to look at are, what they mean, and kind of how to read them over time, and what's important about them to see how the kind of investment landscape is changing. So if you want to check out that course or the section here, I'll obviously leave that in the description. The next resource though is CryptoPanic. This is a crypto dashboard that is a live streaming feed of all of the different news sites and related articles throughout the day. This gives you kind of a tick by tick headline of every single news article, tweets that have got a lot of interest and everything like that, specifically with crypto. This is great to keep up with kind of daily movements. You can check it out and it gives you all of the important headlines that you need to be aware of. Next is Zapper.fi. This was really bare bones initially, but they're adding options all of the time. You can actually plug in your own wallet address in here and see everything in your wallet. This is like a DeFi dashboard. So you can see all of the tokens that you have, all of the NFTs that you have actually displayed as well. And then you can see all of the potential airdrops that you might need to claim as well. So you can see everything on your wallet. It's like a dashboard for your wallet. But what you can also do is actually see other people's wallets as well. So as an example, we'll go down to this popular account here and we can see all of the tokens that they have. So you can see their wallet address, of course, and then this is their .eth domain name. So that's their kind of username. And then you can see all of, ETH, Matic, all of the different tokens that they have. Then go over to NFTs and you can see all of the NFTs that they own as well. Now, what you can actually do up in the search web 3 is if you know someone's wallet address, you can basically paste that in here and then you can see all of the stuff that they have laid out for you really simply. You can see their entire portfolio and all of their transaction history. So kind of fun to snoop on some popular accounts or maybe some other accounts that you might know. Another great resource is looking at the blockchain explorer of each blockchain that you want to use or need some information on. I do this really to have some fundamental usage data. Like when I'm investing in something, I want to make sure that the transactions and the users are going in the right direction and going up. As long as that's happening, I'm really happy with each investment. Now, obviously there's bull and bear markets and that changes, but the blockchain explorer can tell you everything about the blockchain, all of the transactions, all of the wallets on there. You can just search for them here. And what we want to do as well is go over to resources, charts and stats. Now for Ethereum, you can see all of the different charts. What I want to look at is something like daily transactions. That's really important. If transactions are going up, I'm happy because that means the blockchain is growing, and you can see definitely over the long term the direction is really clear to the upside, so that's great for me. But other chains have them as well. So Binance Smart Chain has almost exactly the same thing. You can go to resources, charts and stats, and then see all of the stats here. If it's an EVM type blockchain like Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, things like that, they'll also all have this kind of layout, and you can see actually fundamentally, like, are people using this? And that will obviously be great as a resource for you. So do check out that Binance link with a $600 deposit bonus. I'll leave that link in the description. Also, if you want to check out the course that has loads of videos about researching cryptos, how to think about actually researching them fundamentally and then putting a portfolio together to kind of get exposure to the growth that's happening. I'll leave everything linked in the description for you. I'm James, this is Money DG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.